Our heroes are struggling to understand what in tarnation is going on. For some of them, they're just a bit slow. And for others, well, it's because they sold their memories to the Fae. Grab a beverage and study up with this week's episode of Mercenaries in Retrograde.
Yeah, you guys make your way back.
Simmons just like frantically like scribbling on some little note cards, and he's got like his travel conspiracy board tucked under his arm, and occasionally like he drops his arm and like the mage hand catches it and brings it up to him and jots something else down, and then when he arrives back at you guys, he just looks up and goes, "Okay, so I've sort of transcribed everything that I've gone on here," and he slaps the board. It's something that's comprehensible for the other folks, and I can offer that now, just so that we're all on the same page before I go and get some more information, because I feel like we've been not on the same page.
Yeah, I'd love to be on the same page.
I as well.
Yeah, I would also love to be on the same page.
Yes. Well, I'll get us all on the same page. I got
us on the page, Simmons.
Okay. So once upon
you want
a time,
us to do you want us to like focus you back on if you go on a tangent?
I got myself note cards so I can really stay focused, and I have myself a visual aid. And he gestures as his little board.
Right.
Do you want us to sit crisscross applesauce on the ground like it's story time?
We can sit crisscross applesauce on the ground.
You can. It'll be like a story time.
I get out of my chair and sit crisscross applesauce on the floor like it's story time.
I'm also gonna sit crisscross applesauce on the floor right next to Celeste.
Does Luna sit crisscross applesauce?
Luna is sitting on the bed, sitting crisscross applesauce.
Fantastic.
Okay.
All right, my studentlings.
I also want to know, Irvin is holding up the board for you so that you don't have to.
Thank you. Thanks, little guy.
So freaking
I love that.
I love him. Look at us. We're your professors.
Oh my god, I'm dating the professors.
Oh my god, you kissed the teacher.
Oh my god, I kissed my teacher.
Anyway. Once upon a time, there was a war, and it started between the gods. And that war led to a war on the mortal material plane. And around that time came the split. You know, the split, Sylvia and Silas, continent in two. And but most critically to this story are the statues connected to Sylvia, little guys all around the world. These statues host half of a heart. Their entire civilizations are living inside of these statues in little pocket dimensions. The other half of this heart made its way underground. They're the ones that eventually made the Beetle Boys. And now this heart is responsible for making magic pump throughout the planiverse and keeping these energies balanced and in check. And they kept themselves hidden from Celestia. And they made sure none of their important knowledge could be known by the plane, the Celestials in there. Yeah, and something, maybe an internal grudge. We have questions about that. At some other point along the way, the heart needed their own prophets. And so they made one. And at some point along the way, the heart stopped doing its job, and now everything's fucked.
Hold on, pause. I need the listening audience to know that Mac has been standing here with a piece of paper pointing to things, and when Henry said,
Irvin.
Yeah, pretending to be Irvin. Henry said prophet, Irvin pointed to himself, and then went back to pointing to things on the paper. I just need
I love him.
Sometimes I mourn the fact that this is an audio medium only. I really do. Okay, keep going.
So the heart is also known as this cult that worships the mother, and it is unknown. I don't know if that changed recently from their original gig controlling the planiverse, or if they were just always a cult. And the heart is also connected to the Amazon Renaissance, and the crystal Beetle Boys whole experimentation, that shit that we found that was locked up in a cage, that might have been the result of attempts to harness like the power of life, because like life and magic, it all came from the crystals down here popping to life and making the crystal elves, and maybe that this was this attempt to recreate that. I mean, like sentient beings made from crystal, but with all the planes combined in them. And that's kind of all that we got and that we know. I also found, just scribbled in my notes, that the Lyceum is shady. I don't know if that's real or not. I feel like it's probably not, but I just want to put it out there that maybe we're being watched or something. I don't know.
You mean the place that we are right now? Is that
the place that we are right now? Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay.
Wait,
here's the thing that I would maybe recommend is that if you think that, perhaps you should say it elsewhere, not
and
here.
also, if you think that, maybe don't reveal everything we know.
Oh,
yes, that's
loud while we're here.
You know what? Those are good points. Those are real good points.
If the wolves have ears, they've heard everything.
Yeah, maybe they have. Sorry. Ears that are listening everywhere.
Okay, so a lot of that is starting to make sense to me. I still don't understand, and maybe you don't know either, but where do we go from here?
Well, yeah. So I got some other questions, some other stuff, some more things to learn about the heart. Irvin, find some real nice books. I'll probably have, and then I'm also gonna ask the librarian some things, and then we can probably figure it out. Maybe make a plan based off of the weird prophecy, because Mythalon's gonna fall out of the sky, and Disneyland's are gonna be fucked up. Someone's gonna be fucked up. Yeah,
I think everyone's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it sounded like everyone would be fucked up.
I think now, this is a real big goal, but I think we need to get the heart started again, because without all the magics going where they need to go, this is where we're at. So we need to either find a way first to like put the magics back where they belong, and then find a way to either get the heart to do their job again, and like figure out why they slept in the first place, so that we can make them do their job again, or just make a new heart, which sounds even harder.
Like a magic defibrillator.
Like a magic defibrillator, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So we grabbed a bunch of books about the heart, and he holds up a stack of books. So we're gonna leave these here. We don't expect you to read them. We just don't want to carry them.
Oh, well, is there anything you want us to do to help?
Oh, I mean, if you'd like to read them, that'd be cool. I just don't want to give you like work to do if you're uncomfortable with reading.
Why would we be uncomfortable with reading?
No, we know how to read.
No, I figured you knew. It's just like, I don't know if you guys went to college. This is like high level theory.
I didn't go to college. Fuck.
I went to a bard college.
Well, I'm going to try, and I might not get anything, but I.
Well, if you do get, you can refer any information you do get to us, and we will appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back with more books, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. And he puts the books down. He'll put them down in front of you, Algernon and Celeste, on the floor.
I think I've sat back up in my chair now that we're not having story time anymore.
Yeah, well, he'll put them in front of Algernon then.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, Irvin, I need to talk to you about something.
Oh, do you want to do that right? Is it like important or?
Yeah, I think it has something to do with your whole like profit shit business.
Okay, is this something everybody should know? Or is this?
I mean, they already know about it. It's I had a dream about it.
Okay, elaborate.
Okay. So I was having a normal ass dream, right? And then all of a sudden shit got really wild and like bloody. And you were there, and you were really like evil and shit. I don't know if evil's the right word. But you were like there was blood smeared all over you, and I started like tripping over shit, and there was like corpses and like of all of our friends, but I wasn't me, I was someone else, and I was saying something in like druidic, I think we discovered it was. Um yeah, and there was blood literally everywhere, and then I like pulled up a wall of vines, and then there was a voice that was like, fate doesn't play with coincidences. Why do you think uh why do you think she brought you to such a creature? And then was like, what happens when the heart stops beating? Um oh no. Oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, Max checking to see how many hit points he has. See how much psychic damage he takes.
All right. Do you all want to make an insight check for me?
Oh,
Oh,
are we all hearing this?
I would love to.
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't specify that he pulled them off to the side.
Yeah,
so
no, you're
yes,
all here
you're all
for
hearing
this because you already knew it. It's not like
Yeah.
Insight?
Yes.
-1.
Okay,
natural 20
I got a
um,
17.
plus 2, so a 22.
A good,
Alright.
the entire range of human experience, really. On
Surely.
this one
Simmon?
roll.
I don't know. He's fine. Celeste, he looks both like there's a spark of recognition, but also confusion in him. With the natural 20, Algernon, you see, like you're like face to face with him. He like just put the books down in front of you when you said this. And like there are no like gears per se behind his eye, but like you can like kind of see his like brain like turning and getting to a point where it kind of like restarts. And like there are parts of it that feel like he knows what you're talking about, but he doesn't know what you're talking about.
You hard reset the boy.
Like he's not sure what some of the things you talked about were.
Yeah, you just held down the power button until he shut down and restarted.
You hear the Windows startup noise. It's like he's a pigeon that's flown into a window.
And yeah, he kind of just he takes a few moments to like kind of recollect his thoughts. Yeah, so he kind of is like, so there is something that I refrained talking about because I didn't think it was that important. But when I left the heart, I did cause some problems. But I didn't kill anybody.
You're just a little rabble-rouse.
I don't know if this is when you left the heart or if it's before.
Well, that's the only time in my life that I remember committing violence.
I mean, I'm not sure if it was like you or another being like you, or because I don't know. It's weird because it was definitely you, but I don't think it was like you. Like it's not the you we know today.
I suppose. I'm gonna grab books with Simmon, but then we can talk about this more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of like leans in like a little bit closer and is like, I also don't know how to talk about this around Simmon because he does not remember.
Oh shit, yeah. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. I'll give you the whole story later.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. And he pulls back and stands up. And it's a little bit shaken, but it looks like he'll be fine. And he turns to you, Simmon, and is like, all right, to the librarian.
Yeehaw!
Hell yeah.
Not the yeehaw.
For my friends who are staying back with the books, do you guys want to roll me intelligence?
I do! I want to try!
10.
I guess use history or investigation, whichever one you'd like.
10.
Oh my god, with my history, I also got a 10. Did we get anything?
So good at this, Lark.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you get from the book, it's kind of like adding on to what Simmon kind of already told you. But it just adds a little bit more context. It's why you were able to kind of like pick this out, because a lot of it is just very like plainer scholar jargon, so it's very hard to like decipher and like figure out what it means, especially because a lot of it's like stuff that's really old, so like it's just difficult to read. But you are able to find the origins of the heart's name is specifically because they worked at the center of the continent before it split. And they helped facilitate magic that ebbs and flows within the prime material plane. And they were also the first worshippers of the plane itself, which then moved to creating the mother as a god rather than just the plane.
Okay.
And they were called the heart because they believed that they both worked as her heart and because they were the soul of the nation.
Interesting.
I want to know why the arms were called the arms.
That's what you guys are able to decipher from that book. And that's kind of like
Wow.
in like the beginning of the book, too.
And then it got too hard.
The rest is just way too hard for you to really decipher.
That's fair. I didn't go to college.
It's a lot of just,
you did
are
not
you
go to
getting
college.
this? No, me
Well,
neither.
Not really.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm just going
I'm
to
not
keep reading.
Yeah.
Luna has not even tried. She's not going to.
That is a totally understandable. I don't blame her.
She knows this is not her strength. But yeah, the boys.
Then while we're walking, Simmons just gonna turn to Irvin. Be like, I know we had a little bit of this conversation, but I really just want to say that I'm sorry for forgetting the important thing, because I know it's important to you and thing, and that was the dumb that I did, because I do dumb. That's not an excuse. I'm just sorry.
It's okay. It just makes
It's not
talking,
okay.
It just makes it talking about it difficult because I want you to understand what I'm talking about, but you like innately cannot.
Oh, I'll figure out how to.
Yeah, and he like gives you a little smile.
You're my little guy, and like your brain and talking to ya and knowing what you're saying.
Perfect, Simmon. Never heard anything better from you.
Come second place, you might be likable. Perhaps even
lovable.
Yeah, I think he just like nods. There's a little bit of a blush as you guys make your way to the librarian again.
Hey God, with a 17 perception, can I see the blush?
You can see the blush. You also can see that it's a weird color, and you don't know why that is.
Oh, what color is your blood?
What?
You're blushing, which is real cute, but why is your face? Why is it weird colored?
I don't know.
I said the same thing to him. Let's go.
I'm gonna like whip out my sending stone and pose like I'm gonna take a selfie with him, but so he can see that his blood is weird.
I don't know what color my blood is. I've actually never bled.
How have you never bled? Hello?
I got tough skin. I wish I could tell you.
Hello?
If I say it, you will not understand what I'm saying.
I'm sure. I gotta go talk to the guy. Librarian!
I like to imagine that you were like in the selfie pose and then like just dropped your hand and like just dramatically started walking away.
Correct.
Yeah, they are sitting at their desk, just kind of still writing through stuff. They don't really look up at you as you approach, but you do get the mental ping of, hello.
Hi. I got a question.
I'm sure you do.
Why don't I know what Irvin is?
Well, you decided to make a deal with the Fae.
Oh, of course I did.
I mean, you remember doing that.
I'm gonna say no, he didn't.
Oh my god, I love him. That is, I need it on record. That is not Taupe's doing. This is just Simmon. Simmon just forgot.
I love him. I really do.
He's so stupid sometimes.
That's that 7 wisdom, baby.
Oh, I thought you knew that information. I'm sorry.
No, I probably knew it at some point, but yeah, you know, this all not getting to mind.
Yeah, that's why you do write a lot down.
Okay, so how can I fix it? Because I want to know, because it's important to Irvin and very special.
I don't specialize in working with the Fae.
Oh, you got any books?
I mean, there's plenty of books on the Fae. There's plenty of books on how to undo deals with the Fae. But I'll give you this one because I thought you would remember this. If you undo the deal you made, then what you did to save your friend probably won't stick anymore.
Yeah, no. I gotta go talk to Taupe. I got a question.
Okay, bud. Is that all you came over here to ask me
No,
about?
we got other questions.
Okay.
First on the chopping block. So I do got questions. Them is about fate.
Yes.
What is it? Because I know there's no deity about it, but we've had experience. Me and my party's got experiences that suggest that there's a fate being. So just wondering what's the dealio on that? Is there deity fate coming? That's gonna kill us all, maybe?
Well, I don't think that is the case. But I will be honest with you. There are no records on deities of fate. And there is no deity of fate in my recollection. But I can point you in the direction of some books about fate as a concept.
I would love that. So has there been anything a sentient fate? Maybe not like a deity, but like a sentient fate.
It's kind of a bit more complex than that. Think of it as I am a minor god, and there are gods that are above me, and there are gods that are above those gods. And I think it wouldn't be hard pressed to say that, in a way, the planes kind of have a little bit more power than the gods. Beyond the planes is probably where fate would lie if it existed.
Oh, that's scary.
Even gods have to deal with fate.
That's scary. That's a scary thing you just said to me.
Not necessarily.
Well, fate's trying to fuck us all.
I don't think that is the case. For example, there are gods that deal with fate itself, like Farron. She is a god of the path and of gambling, so she deals with fate in that way. And Magix also has some dealings with fate, and so does Cordelia, and so does Kara. But they don't really alter it. Fate is very specific to the culture that it is around. Like, for example, Renaissance is a city that believes in forging one's own fate. And that there is no like assigned destiny on a person. It's like the person makes their own fate. Where if you look at Fleur, the idea of destiny revolves around less of the idea that your actions are your destiny, and what you do in life does matter, but your destiny at the end of all things is to replenish the soil. So if fate did exist, we would never be able to understand its intentions.
You could say it's ineffable.
You could. But yes, I have a book that talks a little bit more on fate as a concept. that I can get for you.
I would like that very much.
All right, and you see as it starts writing some stuff down for you.
Because we're having like lots of dreams that appear to be like being narrated by something that's saying that fate is choosing us and fate is pulling the strings, and it's weird because it's sounding like it's coming from fate. It's just talking ominously in the third person. At least that was my thoughts. But if it's not,
a lot of prophetical work
Mhm.
hears a disembodied voice. It is never the same for anyone. But that is sometimes, again, the book will help with this a little bit more, but that is sometimes more interpreted as when you watch a play, there's a script. It's more like the actor is reading a script to you rather than fate itself is talking to you. So the gods sometimes are the ones who deliver these messages because they themselves also, in a way, can get prophecies. And then they do what they want to tell those prophecies to mortals if they think it is important.
So it's more likely that the gods are giving us this shit?
It's more likely that a god is a messenger of what they have seen. And it's less that there is something happening with fate and more that there is something happening that if you don't do something to stop it, it will be a problem.
Well, how are we supposed to stop fate? It's fate!
Well, not necessarily. There are many paths you can go down on. It's just once you start going down a certain path, there is a point where there is no return. Which is why prophecies exist, because they are used to give mortals the tools to decide what fate they want to go down, if that makes sense.
Can we consult you on prophecies? Or is that going to be like a no-no?
I mean, you can ask me about specifics and I can point you in directions of books that might be helpful, but I probably will not be able to answer any of the questions.
Well, I mean, at least I got one question for you, I suppose. What's holding Mythalon up in the...
Oh, that's a really interesting question. So did you read those books that I told you to get, or did you just grab them?
We just grabbed them for right now.
There is some more like specifics about this in one of those books. I don't remember the one off the top of my head, but it is in there. When the continent split originally, it was done by the god Magix. I do know that. Never mind. You studied the old continent stuff before. You know that the ley lines were different. It's because Magix rearranged them when the split happened. And what is Mythalon used to be the center of the continent.
Fuck me!
I will not do
Sorry.
that.
No, I don't want you to.
You're in a library, Simmons.
Be careful. A lot of these mages love to cast silence.
Oh, beans. I'll be quiet. Silent as the grave. Okay. Well, that's
But yeah,
good
so
to
we
know, I
aren't.
suppose.
No scholar has fully discovered why it is floating. But it's probably because something Magix has done.
I got ideas.
I love the faces Henry makes on me.
Okay. I got more questions. More questions. Celestia and the Hells. What kind of relationship we got going on there?
Okay, so a lot of the planes' only interaction with each other is through ours. And when there are planes that are kind of mirrors to each other, I don't know if that is the correct word, but kind of like an inversion of each other. They have a stronger connection even outside of us. So they're able to kind of have a more, how to say, it's like an ebb and flow of magic between each other. If the Hells gets stronger, Celestia also gets stronger. If the Hells get weaker, Celestia also gets weaker. But where it starts to become interesting is they can pull energy from each other.
Mhm.
And that's when things start to get messy.
Okay. So
The Shadowfell and the Feywild are also in this same vein.
yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, no, that makes sense. That's worrying. So you could say that they can pull each other up and down.
In a sense, yes. I guess that is a word you could use to describe it.
Festive. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. So that's what I got. There, I got other questions.
Specifically, if something has happened to one of the planes that is outside of each other, like if another plane acts on one of the connected planes that isn't one of the ones that is connected, there can be kind of like a weird sort of power. I don't want to say corruption because that isn't the correct word, but it causes issues. It gunks up the mechanism, you know.
Gunks up the mechanisms. Well, that's fun. So if something were to attack Hell, then it would bring Celestia down.
It would definitely cause problems.
All right, good. I'll keep that in mind. And then vice versa. Yeah, wonderful. Now I guess we just gotta figure out what's more likely. Wonderful. Don't worry, I got more questions for you. This is a little interview. All right. So, way back when the split happened, and there was the war down here kind of trickled down into by a war up there. What started the war up there? Do we know that?
They're all kind of interconnected, if that makes sense. The split of the heart and of the continent and of the mother all were kind of both the cause of the war and like kind of on top of each other. Like, for example, like specifically, so the I don't know if I can fully say all of this, but it's like a domino effect. Each small thing created the next one.
Okay. And it started with the heart?
And it started with the heart.
So heart to continent to mother?
Heart to mother to continent.
Heart to mother to continent. Got it.
Then
Interesting.
The war.
And then, yeah.
There is more about the split of the heart in the books that I gave you.
I will for sure read. Then should I save my question about the heart and its relationship to Celestia for the book?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. All right. Oh, wait. Do I have more? Let's see if I have more. Should I save my questions about the heart and Renaissance for the book?
Yes, but if you need clarifications after, you can talk to me.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you. Irvin, got anything?
No, I think you've asked pretty much everything. I can go grab that book about fate if you want to head back to your friends. Well, all friends, I guess.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Yeah, he stays back with the librarian to get the specifics, and you are free to head back.